to another tutorial. Today we'll be having a look at the shopping cart features of MyRestaurantTheme. Now if you go to your WordPress administration dashboard, then My Restaurant and Web Shop settings, you'll notice that this is actually a brand new menu introduced in version 2.0 of MyRestaurantTheme. Now you have a couple of new settings here that you'll want to go through before you set your site live to accept online ordering. So first of all, you'll have this general settings tab, and everything here is pretty self-explanatory. You'll need to set the country where you're setting. If you set United States, you'll also need to set the state. But if you set other countries, for example, you won't need to set the state, of course. If you go back to United States for our example, and you'll also notice that you'll be able to set the tax rate for the given state. You can set the shipping fees, and you can also specify whether you want to quote fees, quote your prices with taxes inclusive or not. Okay. Next, you'll have your currency settings. This is self-explanatory as well. We've added a bunch of new currencies, so MyRestaurantTheme is really an international restaurant website solution. You can choose where the currency symbol will be displayed, either before the price, adding a space in between, or after the price, and with the space in between as well. You can show what you can specify whether you want to show the decimals in prices or not. You can also specify whether you want to enable home delivery here or not. If it's set to no, then only the carry-out option will be selected. You can also specify the minimum order value, whether you want to add Google Analytics e-commerce tracking, and whether you want to enable a special instructions field on your checkout page for your customers to give you special instructions. Next, if you go to URL settings, you'll just have a couple of settings for how you want the slugs to be formed. This is pretty self-explanatory. You can just keep it at default values if you don't want to change them. Next, you also have some new discount codes. Now, you might be familiar with the normal coupons that you have available on your website. You've had this in previous versions of MyRestaurantTheme as well, but those weren't, with the previous coupons, these were just printable coupons. You couldn't apply anything to you couldn't apply the coupons to the online ordering system. Well, now you can, and you can do it right here in discount codes. You can give your discount code a name, how much of a discount you want, whether you want it to be a percentage or a price. You can include the starting date and the expiry date, and of course if you don't want it to expire, then you just leave it blank. And you can also specify how many times you want that given discount code to be used. So if you have a Twitter following or a Facebook following, you can for example tweet that here's a discount code, it's valid for the first 20 orders or something like that, and that's why this is useful. Next, you have your email settings, and here you'll need to specify your restaurant's email address, and after that you can just create email templates that you want to be sent out to people who order from your online shop. And this is pretty self-explanatory as well, I think. So you can just redo these templates, and you can use these variables. Make sure you use them exactly as they are here. They are pretty descriptive in their name. So site name would be your site's name, order ID will be the ID of the order, and etc. And when you place them into the template, make sure you use capitalized letters just like they are here, okay? So you have a couple of email templates here as well. And below that, you have a couple of extra settings for whatever you want to be shown on your store pages, on the top of your store pages. So just to show you what this actually does, let's just go to our website, go to the menu. Let's add a couple of items. Go to checkout. So these are your checkout pages, your review order, delivery information, payment method, and finalize order. And these are actually the pages which you can modify using these fields right here. So you can add some extra content onto the top of the product listing page, the order status page, the shopping cart page, the shipping form page, the payment form page, order confirmation page, and the order complete page. So that's self-explanatory as well, I think. This basically means that, for example, on the order complete page, you'll have this set on the top of the given page. Now let's just go over to the shipping options page, and here you can specify which countries you want to ship to. It's just best to enable all. You can also specify what kind of shipping calculations you want to use. If you don't want to use a shipping fee, then just say no shipping, and the page will refresh and the bottom portion disappears. And if you do want to add shipping costs, you can specify this table rate option. And table rate, it actually means that you can specify layers of shipping costs. So for example, let's just say I want one layer, and you can see right here, if the price is more than 1 cent, the shipping cost should be, let's say, $5 to the 48 states, because I set my location to be in America. How much you want shipping cost to be to Hawaii and Alaska, Canada, and then international. Of course, these will be different if you didn't specify your home country to be the United States. But if you want different sort of shipping options, so for example, let's say you want to have free shipping above given order values, you can just say number of layers 2, and you can say that if price is larger than 10, for example, then you can specify your shipping cost to be 0 if the value of their purchase is above $10. And then you just need to press Save Changes, and this will be implemented across your website. We've also added this delivery zip codes option, and this just means that if you have specific zip codes that you deliver to, you just enter them here, delimited by commas, and the checkout form will validate with these zip codes. So if the zip code that your customer enters is not amongst these zip codes that you enter here, so for example 90210, comma 90211, so if the zip code that the person specifies is not one of these zip codes, then it'll just give them a message saying that that your restaurant does not deliver to those zip codes. Now, if you don't want to enable this feature, then just don't enter anything into this field. Next, you have your payment options. And on this page, you can basically specify which payment gateway you want to use. Manual payments is the default payment method. So this is for cash payments. If you're using delivery, home delivery, then you might want to enable this, or you might want to enable it in other instances as well. For example, when you have takeaway. And you have a whole bunch of new payment gateways available to you. I'd like to emphasize the authorized.net AIM checkout. This actually allows you to use your existing bank merchant account on your website as well. So that's a really great feature. Now, if you enable any of these, for example, let's just enable to checkout, you'll have your page will refresh, and you'll have new settings available for that given payment gateway, and these will all be very self-explanatory. First of all, you'll want to test your payment gateway with the sandbox feature. So, sandbox payments aren't live. Those are just for testing purposes, but once you're satisfied with them, you can just go live, and it will be implemented across your website. So these are the new web shop settings included from MyRestaurantTheme version 2.0. If you have any questions, then feel free to ask. I hope everything is pretty self-explanatory. That's how we wanted to set it up. And as I said, if you have any questions, then the forum is available, and we'll answer all your questions right away. So thanks for listening, and I'll see you in another tutorial. Bye.